Welcome you all for direct taxation class. Today we will discuss few more topic on allowances. First thing is I will go with entertainment allowance, section 16 subsection II. So what do you mean by entertainment allowance here? So normally the employer will be given allowance, which is an allowance that will be provided by the employer towards the entertainment purpose. Means for the entertainment aspect it will be provided by the employer to the employee, right? So it is also said as one of the deductions that will be given for the employee with respect to entertainment allowance. So here entertainment allowance, again it is first included in the salary as income from salary, right? Afterwards the deduction will be given, right? So deduction will be given on what basis, right? So here again government employee, non-government employee classification will be there. So with respect to non-government employee, central government and state government employees are set as government employee, and non-government employee means rest of the people, means private organization, local authority, statutory, corporation, right? Those are set as non-government employees, right? So here entertainment allowance, again when you are making the assessment it will be classified into government employee and non-government employee. Non-government employee. So as I said, with respect to government employee, it is central government as well as state government employees will be included. So while giving the deduction, how it will be given or what basis? They have said that as per the income tax norms, three norms have been set. One is 5,000, right? Rupees 5,000. Write it here. Second condition is 20% of basic salary. Basic salary. Third condition is amount of entertainment allowance granted. Amount of entertainment allowance granted. Right. So these are the three things you need to remember when the deduction will be given for the government employee. So while determining this, so how you will be determining this? So in case we have said basic salary here. So basic salary means here only the basic salary will be considered. Clear? Afterwards, in case whatever the actual amount of spending will be happening, that will not be taken into consideration, right? Only with respect to these three aspects, the government employee can claim the deduction. Next thing is, what about non-government employee? So here for the non-government employee with respect to entertainment allowance, there is no deduction given. This you need to remember. Clear? This is all about entertainment allowance. So we will go with one problem to understand about this, because for the government employee the deduction is given, right? I will just read out the problem. Mr. Vignesh, a government employee, gets 8,000 per annum as basic salary. In addition, he receives 8,500 as entertainment allowance. His actual expenditure on entertainment for official purpose, however, exceeds rupees 9,000. Can he claim deduction of actual amount spent by him on entertainment, right? So normally, as I said, in the condition they won't take into consideration what is the actual amount they are spending. So in this case, what is the amount that will be given as a deduction for Mr. Vignesh, that we need to calculate. So here Vignesh is a government employee. So this rule will be applicable. Vignesh is a government employee, right? Vignesh is a government employee. So this rule is applicable for him, right? In this case, we need to calculate. So same, this is out of these, whichever is lesser will be the deduction. Out of these three, whichever is lesser or least of the following will be given as deduction from the salary. So same amount, 5,000 will be taken, right? Afterwards 20% of basic salary. So in Vignesh case, what is the amount he is getting? He is getting 8 lakh per annum, right? So 8 lakh per annum into 20%, that you need to calculate, right? So 8 lakh per annum into 20%, that is 1,60,000. Clear? Next condition is amount of entertainment allowance granted. So what is the amount he has been granted? Granted in the sense what he is receiving. So in this case he is receiving 8,500 in the previous year. So 8,500. So these are the three things we need to look for. So 5,000, 1,60,000 or 8,500. Whichever is least or whichever is less. So in this case, whichever is less means this is less. Out of this, what do you understand here? Therefore, 5,000 is least, right? So this is the amount that will be given as deduction for Mr. Vignesh with respect to entertainment allowance, right? Hope you are clear with this. Right? Okay. Next thing is, we will move on to few more allowances, right? Where it is with respect to special allowance, right? So in the theoretical part we have discussed about this. Now we will understand with the problems how the special allowances will be provided. So here special allowances are prescribed under section 10 subsection 14, right, where in two things or in two aspects this exemption will be provided. One is exemption depends on actual expenditure by the employee, means what is the amount of actual expenditure employee is making, based on that one exemption is available. Another exemption is exemption does not depend on actual expenditure, means whatever you are spending it is not depending on that, but here there will be a prescribed specific limit given by the IT Act, based on that exemption will be given. So we need not worry about that. In this session we will be discussing on exemption depends on actual expenditure by the employee, right? So here while discussing, as I said, amount what is spending, that is actual expenditure for the particular purpose, which is also received as allowance. So based on that you will be calculating here. So what are the things you need to consider when you are giving an exemption means? First thing is the amount of allowance or the amount utilized for the specific purpose for which allowance is given. Here, in these two things, whichever is lesser will be the exemption amount that will be given with respect to special allowances. And also keep a note, exemption will be given if it is not in the nature of perquisite, that is one thing. Next thing, it is specifically granted to meet the expenses only or exclusively for the performance of duties of the office, and to the extent allowance is utilized is exempted. Right. So this is what the condition you need to remember with respect to exemption depends on actual expenditure. Right. So to understand this, we will go with a problem so that it will be very clear for us to know how it is applicable in reality. Right. I'll just read out the problem here. During previous year 2019-20, the following allowances are given to Mr. Srikanth by the employer company. Calculate the amount chargeable to tax. Nature of allowance they have given, amount of allowance they have said, amount actually spent for the purpose they have said. So these three information are available. So with respect to which allowances they have given here, travel allowance for official purpose 36,000, 32,000. Transfer allowance given at the time of transfer to Mr. Srikanth from Delhi to Ajmer 40,000, 41,000. Conveyance allowance for official purpose 50,000, 42,000. Helper allowance for engaging helper for official purpose 68,000, 64,000. Research allowance 1,90,000. Uniform allowance for official purpose 18,000, 17,000. So this is the information which is given in the problem. We need to calculate what is the amount that will be chargeable to tax. So remember, as I said, exemption depends on actual expenditure. So what you need to think when you are giving the exemption, the amount of allowance or the amount utilized for the purpose. Whichever is lesser will be the exemption amount what they will be giving, right? So we will work out this. So first thing is nature of allowance. In the sense, which are the special allowances that has been given. Amount of allowance. Next, amount actually spent. Amount actually spent. Next one is amount chargeable to tax, means what is the amount that will be chargeable to tax. So now what I will do here is, first thing we will go with one by one, right. So travel allowance for official purposes, that is travelling allowance. So travelling allowance for official purpose, in this case they have given 36,000 and amount actually spent they have given 32,000. Right. So what is your understanding here? What amount is chargeable to tax here? What they have said here is, it is what is the amount you are spending, one thing. Next thing is, what is the amount of allowance they have given? Difference will be whichever is less, that will be given as an exemption. So in this case means, here allowance is 36,000 and amount spent is 32,000. So what it is, which is less will be an exemption, means 32,000 will be an exemption. So remember, this amount actually spent column, that will be the exemption amount what he can claim, or else it will be the amount of allowance which is given. Either the one out of these two, whichever is less will be the exemption amount. Now in this case what they are asking, what is the amount chargeable to tax, means after giving exemption what is the amount chargeable to tax that we need to calculate. So in this case the difference amount is 4,000. So this is chargeable to tax. So next one, transfer allowance. So transfer allowance has been given to Mr. Srikanth when he was transferred from Delhi to Ajmer. That is 40,000 and 41,000. 40,000 and 41,000. So in this case, amount actually he has spent is more than what is the allowance he has got. So 1,000 has gone from Srikanth's pocket, right? So nothing is chargeable to tax here. Right. Next one is conveyance allowance. Conveyance allowance for official purpose. Official purpose. So that is 50,000 and 42,000 they have given. So which will be given as an exemption? This will be given as an exemption because this is less. So now we will see the difference that will be chargeable to tax. So 8,000 is chargeable to tax. Clear? Next one is helper allowance. Helper allowance. So here helper allowance for engaging the helper for official purpose. Again it is official purpose they have given 68,000 and 64,000 they have given. So now the difference will be chargeable to tax. So difference between this is 4,000. Clear? Next one is research allowance. So research allowance 1 lakh, here it is 90,000. So the difference amount is 10,000. So 10,000 is chargeable to tax. Next one, uniform allowance. Uniform allowance 18,000 and 17,000. So difference amount here is 1,000. Right, that is taxable. Right. So in this case, hope you have understood here what is the exemption and what is taxable. So normally for this you need to pay the tax. Means in this case Mr. Srikanth need to pay the tax for this amount. That is amount chargeable, means with respect to each component we are taking the taxable value. In your salary problem these components will be there. So you need to remember in this case it is based on what? Based on actual expenditure what you are spending, right? So actual expenditure means this is what you have actually spent. So based on this it will be decided. Right. Now hope you are clear with special allowances, how it will be calculated and how it is chargeable to tax and what is given as an exemption. Clear? Thank you.